mistletoe. With you, shorty, with you. With you, shorty, with you. With you, under the mistletoe.
Everyone's gathering around the fire, chestnuts roasting like a hot July.
Should be chill, my folks I know, but I'ma be underneath the mistletoe.
Word on the street, Santa's coming tonight. Reindeer's flying through the sky so high. I should be making a list, I know, but I'ma be under the mistletoe. With you, shawty with you. With you, shawty with you. With you, under the mistletoe.
I can do it. He can do it whenever he wants. I don't care. He was
I can't do it. I actually can't.
I'ma be under the mistletoe. That's it? That's really it?
Who? I'm gonna be late to lunch. I literally said that.
Yes, and we said you were right. You said at home.
What did I say?
You need to say at home.
Oh.
Hey, welcome to Freedom of the Press. This is Mark Garrison, and today we've got a great episode. We're going to be talking to Lee, and we're going to be talking about the need for an electronic Bill of Rights. Why do we need an electronic Bill of Rights? Well, Rex Lee says it's because of the rise of internet centralization and surveillance capitalism. And I'm going to bring Rex Lee in right now to connect the dots for us. Rex, it's great to have you off. I want to say thank you to you for investing your time into this subject. This is something you have chosen as a passion, and I just have to say, you're a good American for doing this for us, and we really appreciate this. But tell us about, why do we need, first of all, we have a Bill of Rights. Why do we need an electronic Bill of Rights?
Well, Merle, today, most people live their lives connected to the internet. It's a necessity today. It's no longer an option to be online. All of our companies that we work for have internal apps and platforms and are connected to the internet. The proliferation of internet trade and commerce over the last 20 years has become a multi-trillion-dollar industry where everybody has to go online to participate in some way within internet trade and commerce. We've seen the proliferation platforms. They've gotten huge. Social media platforms today are supporting, especially centralized social media platforms, and we'll go into what centralization is in a minute. But centralized social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok are supporting billions of social media end users. Obviously, social media companies are really data brokers who are in the trillion-dollar information trafficking industry, which is backed by targeted advertising dollars. So there's a need for an electronic Bill of Rights because of the rise of surveillance and data mining business practices rooted in surveillance capitalism.
You know, Rex, let's stop right there, because the Bill of Rights right now that's on the books is really to protect the weak party here. It's really to protect us against government oppression. And what I'm hearing you use the term centralization. It seems like any time centralization is a part of our government or our way of life, it should be a red flag for us. So tell us what this is. In you said the rise of internet centralization. I've never heard that term before. You're the first one I've heard say that. What exactly is that?
Great question, Merle. Internet centralization is a term that more and more people are hearing these days. So exactly what is that? Well, Google, Apple, and Microsoft has centralized internet trade and commerce through the monopolization of operating system development, as well as through the global distribution. Integrated apps and platforms. Social media platforms are included in that. Gaming platforms, just about every app and platform, whether it's a streaming platform or a platform delivering digital content, all of that has been centralized through the global monopolization of the OS market, meaning that, for example, if you or I were an app or a platform developer and we developed a new social media platform, to market platform, we would have to go to Google, Apple, and Microsoft first. This is how they've centralized it. Only 3 companies are controlling access or the gateway to global internet trade and commerce through the monopolization of the operating system, meaning that we would have to develop our app, our new social media platform, to be supported by the Android OS, the Apple iOS, or Microsoft Windows operating systems. Otherwise, we cannot distribute our apps or platforms to the global market. So that's how they were able to centralize that. They also have centralized the global distribution of apps and platforms through 2 methods. One method costs billions of dollars, and that's through pre-installed apps. These are the apps that are pre-installed onto your iPhone or your Android device or your PC that are supported by the Windows operating system, Apple iOS, and Microsoft or Android OS developed by Google. So for any company out there to have their products and services distributed today, they have to go through a process controlled by 3 companies. And I always compare them to the Leone family, the Gambino, or the Soprano crime families. You have to kiss their ring. Otherwise, you platforms distributed globally, either through pre-installed app agreements that cost billions of dollars, and or through Google Play, Apple App Store, and Microsoft App Store.
So it sounds like an internet cartel we're talking about now. I mean, you only have 3 highways, Microsoft, Apple, and Alphabet. And then all these app developers have to capitulate to whatever their terms are. And you'd mentioned billions of dollars. So there's billions in here. And this sounds highly illegal.
Well, this goes back to the need for governments around the world to enforce trade laws. Right. What's being violated here are antitrust laws. Let's face it, only 3 companies are controlling global access to internet trade and commerce. Now, Google, Apple, and Microsoft will tell you, no, we're not. You can freely access the internet through URLs. You can type in www.facebook.com.
Yeah,
nobody does that. They
Right.
touch the Facebook app that's pre-installed on their device. So they know they're touching apps to access these websites, but that seems to be their out. Oh, you're free to go on the internet and do this. Well, really, are you? When your computer that you buy, your connected vehicle, your smart TV, your smartphone, your home environmental system or security system, connected appliances, connected products of all sorts, they're all supported by 3 operating OS, Apple iOS, or Microsoft Windows OS, which support what I call intrusive AI integrated apps that are basically legal malware. They're programmed to surveil and data mine you. This goes back to surveillance and data mining business practices, which are a threat to your privacy, security, safety, and human rights.
I'm sorry, but there's a lot to unpack here.
This concludes today's episode. So let's summarize what we learned. Internet centralization has created a monopoly controlled by Google, Apple, and Microsoft. Apple and Microsoft plus social media developers are data brokers competing in the trillion-dollar information trafficking industry rooted in surveillance capitalism. Google, Apple, and Microsoft control access to internet trade and commerce by way of monopolized the market while controlling the global distribution of AI-integrated apps, retail apps, gaming apps, social media platforms, streaming platforms, digital content, cloud storage services, mass communications, media, and news, all supported by the Android OS, Apple iOS, or Microsoft Windows OS. All app, social media, platform, and AI developers must go through Google, Apple, or Microsoft to have their products and services distributed globally on the internet. We learned that the FTC, FCC, DOJ, SEC, and other government agencies are not enforcing existing laws when it comes to big tech. Internet centralization has led to predatory surveillance and data mining business practices rooted in surveillance capitalism, which poses massive threats to security, safety, and civil liberties, including human rights, which we'll cover in our next. Thank you for watching Freedom of the Press.
Basketball tonight from the campus. At the jump circle, JoJo Tugler, and the tip controlled as he fights with Fields, and Houston will have it to start things off wearing the white uniforms tonight. Cheating crew of this game. Looking to take a thought Manuel Sharp had, but on the deflection, Cougars maintain it. Back out to Sharp, left side, his first three is under 10, a floater off the back heel, no. And a second try and more opportunities. Boy, the possession has stayed with the Cougars for 40 seconds. On the baseline, and finally a payoff. Houston up by 4 with 14:51 remaining. First half play from inside.
But you're able to keep it alive.
Ryan, you see the starting lineup there. That's the lineup they've had all 8 games in their takeaway. They'll reverse layup. No, the tap up on the second try. They're going to call a basket.
Rebounded, so they have to get in there and, maybe it's the accountability for the guards, but they got to come up with some big rebounds.
And that ball is blocked out of bounds. A layup attempt for Jackson. That is Travis Dowd, 8 points a game for them. Shot clock down to 10-second again. This time another deflection. Rigsby could not get anything on it.
He still, I don't know if it's a knee bothering him, and that could be huge.
Sharp to Roberts, a floater. That's good. In front line, and the Cougars have the first 2 baskets of this game. 9 misses in 12 tries. Roberts with a floater, nicely done.
Hey, man, JoJo's hurting, and keep an eye on that. It's a team that's going to be neat to stretch.
Dowd had it stripped, and Fields did as well. Another turnover on the offensive rebound. Kicking it back out. Sharp goes inside the arc. They made good nothing, Houston.
Again, Houston owning.
Cross court to his brother. Deep 3 off the heel. Offensive rebound and putback. There's one. Thomas Dowd taking a page out of the U of H playbook.
He's got great size. Pretty good handle.
And a reverse layup is coming up, and that's on the way and in. Nicely done that time by Tayton Connerway. Trying to set a screen was Francis in the lineup for the first time as well. Spirit it is. 36% from 3 for a young man averaging 15 points per game.
Just, staying down on those multiple moves from Rigsby.
And on the floor is Francis, and back comes Troy. Into the hands of Houston and Malik Wilson. She wants to get by those Troy defenders. Can he do so? To the window he goes. That's going to be an and 1. And finally, Ryan Hollins, the Cougars getting that paint. Passing to the low block, going for the dunk and missing at that time was Jarrell.
This right here, the weak side's got to be there, and good help, but work. Those are the plays, fight through screens, hitting the boards.
Shot clock under 5, losing the basketball arsenal. That's a turnover and a forced one. Steal for Troy. Troy spending a lot of time outside the arc. Contested good for Marcus Rigsby, who shoots at 38% from distance. Into front court against Walker. Looks to separate. Lost the basketball. Done by Tugler.
It scraps. Watch JoJo on the weak side here. Go up and give me that. Great job there. And you see that long wingspan of his, and just is impressive,
Nice screen set by Roberts. Shot that side. Time on the other side of the floor is Jones, and Notre Dame for that matter.
One thing you notice is that Troy is handling the trap and the pick and roll much better.
Tugler got hit across the face. We've got a stoppage in play.
One of those type of games, man. You want physicality.
Well,
you got it.
23 combined points scored in 14 minutes. It kind of feels that way, does it not?
Yeah, man, that was more action than that Tyson fight.
Tugler, a floater off the back iron against the home roll. We have a whistle coming up
from Troy, trying to keep Houston off last year, and watch him just undercut.
So the basket carrier with 20 to shoot. Open 3 for Cryer. Nelson. This is second triple of the game for the Cougars. Troy a little bit of a 1-2-2. to Cryer with 5. Takes an extra slide step, turns, spins. Roberts in the post-up. On the baseline left, kick out, Cryer, the hot hand of the first half. And he's going with a deep 3. No on the 1-and-1. 2:35 remaining. Another deflection, another turn the hands of Emmanuel Sharp. Nice slide pass. Turns around the defender. Goes the window and scores. Javier Francis.
Right now, you got to be stingy, saying, "Hey, I don't want them to double digits."
Fadeaway for Arsenault. Another offensive rebound. Sweet spot for Cryer. He loves that sweet spot at the top. Thought about the mid-range to Mercy Miller. The talented freshman lost the basketball. That's a turnover. Shot clock is off. Troyer will play for the final shot of the half and then get one off. There's a layup try. That's out good for Tate and Conaway. And they finally reach double digits with 8 seconds remaining in the first half. Cryer across midcourt. He's got 16. Could it be 8? And that'll end the first half of play. Shot clock at 17 seconds. Catch and shoot off the inbounds. A 3-ball side pocket. Emmanuel Sharp. They ran much of their same sets that in the first half, trying to penetrate the top of the arc. Can't do so. Now for the layup attempt. That's an N1 coming up.
Season. This is by design. The coach is saying, get this slip when they trap. It's been wide open there tonight and takes advantage, catches the ball strong, and Fields knew the mistake. He made the play before, and wow for Troy.
Down the lane, there's no pressure. That's Joanne Roberts with the throwdown.
Tyson Chandler tip outs. See this dunk here from that's big. Nobody stops the basketball. Rumbling and tumbling, big fella. We see you. 2 hands per. That's the right play, man.
Rigsby's been quiet as well. Both of Rigsby's had. Ball deflected, and that's a nice takeaway defensively off the hands of Sharp.
Reading their scouting.
Uzan wants a shot make, and he can't get it. Ball deflected the free throw line and sprinting 3 to the window. Miss it. The tap up is on the way and in, and Thomas Dow puts it in 2 for 2 for Troy. Dowd has one of these second half baskets. Carrington Keel is in for Rigsby, who's out with those 4 whistles. And there's a deflection, and there's another steal. So a mixed Sharp. Cryer gets a Tugler's screen. Mid-range, round the rim and down. That's a 2-pointer for Terrence Arsenault.
And that's what Arsenault does, man.
10-19 is the score. As Troy has actually outscored the Cougars by 1 here in the second half.
Full court pressure there, and there you go. That's what they're looking for.
Conaway with a steal. Valdez back to Conaway for a 3. Offensive rebound, and that time by Jerome Bellamy. Troy has outscored the Cougars 10-7 here in this second. Valdez near the elbow. Blocked shot way out there by Joanne Roberts. Sharp looking for separation, couldn't get it against Conaway. Oh, mean screen set that time by Francis to the window, and that's one blocked from behind by Valdez. And out of bounds, and the defensive intensity has improved here in the second half of the Trojans. Out to Campbell with 5 to shoot. Blocked, nicely done, and boy, you got guys tripping all over each other. Roberts double pumps. Oh, another pass to another big man. He's finished that time. I think you and the Rockets broadcast should have some Hollandisms.
I try my best. Again, another offensive rebound for Troy off a free throw. Again, Troy is a tough defense because they switch things up.
Oh, corner from distance.
That's what you need. You call a zone.
Open look, 3-point try coming off the back iron for Conaway. A rare one here for Troy. Campbell to a cutter, and Conaway puts it in for 2. Well, when you're down as much as they were at the half, don't you take those in like 4-minute intervals here? Win the next one.
Want to continue to cut it down.
Nasty block out of bounds. Boy, I tell you what.
JoJo Tugler, and watch him slide over here, weak side block, and the last second, and probably could have stolen it.
In fact, there's the number that shows you 15 points off the mistakes. Cryer for an open 3. And he absolutely is feeling it no matter where he takes his shot on the floor. So off the Francis missed free throw. It is possession to Troy. Rigsby back in the ball game. This is the younger Rigsby, and he's going to score a basket. That's full of things for him. This time to the hands of Emmanuel Sharp. Leads to Uzan right side. Get up his way to the basket. He will. And it will. First basket of the game.
Time on this drive. Nice little step over action. Got defenders in rap name, we'll say. His dad actually had a with Toronto Raptors. There you go.
Oh, mercy me.
Yeah, Mercy is a talented kid. No hesitation. You see that sweet stroke. And I'm telling you, when he figures out how to play, man, he is a stud, and he's going to be making waves here.
Most of his playing time. It's a 2-on-1.
Oh, you got to take the layup.
Oh, there's a mid-range two-pointer on the way. Good, Emmanuel Sharp. Look at Troy zoning up here still with 3:28 remaining. Arsenal in the give and go. Reverse layup on the way. A windmill move. And the Cougars score 79 points per game, so they're going to be well underneath their season average after this night. Here's a 3-ball on the way. That's good. It was good on takeoff for Emmanuel Sharp. Set for the game for 3 on 9 of 18 after a sluggish start. Catches Campbell for a 3. And that's just their second three-pointer in 18 tries. Cordelius Jefferson on the floor for the first time. He wears 0 for Houston. Layup attempt on the way and good. Conaway with the mid-court takeaway. And Cordelius Jefferson on the floor for the first time. He wears 0 for Houston. And that ball is taken a steal. Layup attempt on the way and good. Conaway with the mid-court takeaway and finish.
Say they matched the physicality, but they weren't bothered. They were shooken in the first half, clearly. Oh, my God.
Another block shot. My goodness. Cedric Lott got in there, but they're going to call a foul. Lott's like, please let me have that swipe. He does not get it on the foul called on Cordelius Jefferson.
Yeah, look, this is a double block there. And down turns the corner, and he's, you know, his life is flashing before his eyes. You know, leads the team in rebounding. Pretty crafty and decent athlete.
Just stay with the low post players of Houston, but he's done the best he can here so far tonight.
Yeah, there's only so much he can do. JoJo Tugler didn't come back after those fouls, but that's a matchup right there.
So the home winning streak for the University of Houston will grow to 27 games, and they'll do it tonight with a 20-point win over the Troy Trojans. Final score, Houston 62 and Troy 42.
Got no scholarship offers coming out of high school. How many did you guys get? I want to hear from each of you. How many?
Okay, I got 8.
8?
8. 2.
2?
Yeah.
1.
Only 1?
Only 1.
Texas Southern?
No, to junior college. I somehow ended up at Texas Southern.
Well, that's 2.
It worked out for you.
No. It's a long story, but 1.
Tom?
5.
5?
Yeah.
5. Wow.
Brock?
I had about 40.
So much for that theory, okay.
Sorry,
but again, it worked out for all.
You, Kurt.
Oh.
Academic scholarship or?
There you go. Oh, is that a
check out the brain? I got no rings to throw out there, so I may as well try that.
No, you just had brain. We just had brawn.
It worked out for all of us, right?
Right.
All right, let's get back to Josh Allen. And Tom, the reason you're with us in studio today is because you're in town to call that game Buffalo at the. Take a look at Josh Allen, the way he's playing right now. Is this the best he's played in the pros?
Yeah. And he's played spectacular, and I think everybody sees the spectacular. Doing a great job of this year is not turning the ball over. And I think that's a credit to a lot of people. Josh, number 1, his coordinator, Joe Brady, number 2. But becoming a great quarterback in the NFL isn't about every single play. To me, it's about how do I get my team to win each and every week. Look at Mahomes. We look at so many of these games this season, and the stat lines aren't great. But in those moments, he comes through. But other parts of the game, I always feel like not taking a sack is a very good play for a quarterback. Throwing the ball away when they're bearing down you on pass rush is a good play for a quarterback. It's not always about throwing touchdown passes. And I think what Josh done a great job of is when the play's not there, gets rid of the ball. He's got a very great interception ratio. He's mitigated a lot of risk this year by his style of play.
People knock the term, but isn't that the definition of a game manager?
I know, and everyone hates that.
Yeah.
But the point is, you have to take into consideration every single thing that's going on today. Who's in at receiver for you? How they're playing on defense? How good's the pass rush that day? What's the play call that came in? What are the weather conditions? And then you're the one holding the ball. You got to figure out, what do I do with it on this play to advance the ball and then ultimately advance the drive?
Bottom, how do you win? You know, that's the key. It's not about, and this was supposed to be a retool year, and I agree with you. Joe Brady's been, very creative. You know, Josh is not forcing the ball as much. He's not running the ball as much. He will put the cape on at the end of the half, the end of the fourth quarter, game at the end, but he's thrown 11 touchdown passes to 11 different receivers. Awesome. 12 if you include him from last week. Now, he can go 6 offensive linemen in a game like he did in a drive storm. for a number of snaps. They can spread you out. They can throw it. They can run it. And I think this team, listen, they're right on Kansas City's heels. And that's for the AFC Championship game, or do you play in Buffalo?
Going to be in the top 6 if they can stay healthy and continue this trajectory fourth quarter.
Yeah, and get the ball in the zoo early on this first possession.
Done right. It is good.
Ready to run the offense and knocking in that first shot is huge.
It's just been 1 of 12. The concern you have if you're a Clipper is a Udoka called out his team saying this is the softest I've ever seen us play since I've been here.
With his current roster in Houston.
Zoo, after recovering the pass, able to lob it up and in.
And what that means for the Clippers, Brian, can't give this team like game 1. There you go, Chris in transition. And that's what you want to do, force them to be a jump shooting team. When they do that now, you can get out and run and create some out with the last 2 possessions.
On the switch, it's Zoo. They lob it to Şengün. Good ball movement for a team that ranks last to the league in passing. They take advantage of the ball movement. Drives by Brooks, spoon feeds Zoo. Great defense inside by Dylan Brooks. Thompson over the top of.
You combine that with the way he works and his
strong drive by Derek Jones Jr. Done. Picked up by Şengün. Putting these 3 for 3. Şengün into Thompson. Tough shot inside. He lays it in. Played very well in the first quarter. Green, very athletic. Exhibit A, lays it in.
Essential to what we do offensively that it doesn't nag him for the rest of the year.
Brooks into the paint. Tough pass to field, but it's laid in by Tate. The screen from Zoo. Plays back to Zoo above the dotted line. A deep floater is good. We tell you the time. And it's a 4-point lead for Houston. Zoo again delivers, and it looks like he has regained his touch. Green looking for Adams, who wasn't looking at all. Here comes Powell. The runway is clear. The flush. Green blocked by Derek Jones Jr. Recovered by Tate for a moment. Late in the clock for Houston. Tate aggressive, lobs it to play.
Man, how about Nick Batum that time lending a hand right there, tipping the ball right to Zoo.
Porter Jr. for 3. Machine guns at home. And the Clippers cut 2. A 2-second shot to game clock differential. Miller will look. Oh, he retaliates. First bucket for Jordan Miller. Led by Jalen Green's 11 points. Solid distribution for both squads. Everybody that played essentially scored. Şengün lays it up and in. It's his 3rd bucket. He's got 6 points.
But knowing how to get his shot.
He does it again and he scores. The quad strength is what really the most.
Until you get used to it, it's something different.
7-point lead for Houston. Miller on a catch and shoot 3. Bucket for Jordan Miller. Holiday gives to Shepard. He is a gifted shooter. The stats haven't shown that yet, and he is a good player. He will, in no time, on the map. There's
one that you at least would let play with you.
I hear Cyril Gahn's pretty good. I play with Phil Rowe. Phil Rowe's all right.
I can do that. I just go grab him.
You're going to get hit at least 16 times.
No way.
Good, cuts the lead down to 3. Houston. Miller thought about the 3. Plays back to Highland. Bones to the rim, high off the window and in. 5 quick ones for Bones Highland. Hits by 1. They've led by as many as 8. The Clippers have the last 7 of the game. A lot of turnovers in this second quarter for Houston. Brooks a straight on 3. It's good. Goon can hit that shot. Not with a ton of consistency, though. It's a rainbow roof scraper, and it settles into the cylinder, 46-40. The double comes from Brooks. They swing it to Dunn. Touch pass in the corner to Highlands. He's got 8 off the bench in 7 minutes.
Got it over to Highland. Excellent execution.
Brooks fouled by Highland. Whistle foul. Sent him to the line. Green recovers on the wing for 3. In and out. Another offensive rebound. And this time Thompson counted and a foul. And we mentioned it earlier. He's got 16. That leads all. Norm the other way cannot retaliate.
Green. Porter and two got to have a better communication. And that time Porter twice.
Porter Jr. Clock winding down. Tough shot for the southpaw. Rebound up and in by Zoo. Counted at the horn. And the Clippers will trail by 12.
So that's the court. You got to do a better job of manning up and Zoo. Or at least get the shot in.
Batum understood the assignment. Get Avicii. Thompson put three in the corner. It is good. It's just his ninth. And vicious drop. Not a great pass. Powell the other way. Drives in, floats it up, and floats it in. Points 10 and 11 for Norman Powell. So Powell tries to create space and does. Lets it fly from three. It's good. It's a big shot for Powell. He cuts the lead down. Green. Recovered. Ahead to Dunn for the lay-in. Well, Brooks. Shows off the handle, the stutter step, down the lane. Porter Jr., what a move! Back to Jalen Green for three. Misses badly, it's a rebound. Green this time, high percentage shot.
Yeah, no, he can do that.
And Jabari Smith comes away with his 8th rebound, challenges Zoo in transition, loses it. Thompson, right place, right time, lays it in, getting the start tonight.
I don't know how. He got,
Mentioned the athleticism, and that might be as athletic as it gets right there. And Jalen Green with 20. Zoo again singly covered by Şengün. Good work, better touch. Ivica Zubac with 14 in Hollywood. Great to see you, James, and love the sweater, by the way. Thompson, strong drive and lays it in. Powell accelerates, finds Highland alone in the corner. Phones Highland now with 14. Powell, Ty Jones, and he lays it in. It's back to a 10-point deficit here in the third. On the switch, it's Miller. Thompson, the step back. Oh, what a shot by Amen Thompson. Kevin Porter Jr. has played well as well. He has a step 15-footer. It's good again. 16 for Kevin Porter Jr. Active with the dribble. Plays back to Holiday all alone for the three. It's good. They 12 for 26 from distance coming into this game. Clippers kind of hanging around, but I don't know how much longer they can drive the speed limit here. They need to make a little move. Porter Jr. down the lane. Miller to the rim and in, and Jordan Miller delivers again. He's got a dozen. The wall, 104 to 93. The Rockets 12 for 30. Thompson from the free throw line. It's good, and accelerates on Holiday. It's a 10-point game, 4:22 to play. Timeout, Houston. Ahead to Jordan Miller. No look inside to Zoo. Deflected back to Highland. To the rim, in. Blocking foul, count it, and send that young man to the line. Green. Is he aware of the clock? He lets it fly.
What you gonna do about that?
First losing streak of the season. Clippers will fall to 14 and 11 as the buzzer sounds in the background. Your final.
Unfinished Olympic business. It is Simone Biles.
Definitely a redemption competition for Biles. She's set to prove to herself and the rest of the world that she can perform at a maximum on the Olympic stage.